Record. There we are. So we're looking at this photograph. We're going to just have a chat about it. A little bit closer. So, just to see how well your hands are working today, we are looking at a H. You just see if you can control that yourself. No need about your hand, is there? We're just spelling. E-H-O, go on, touch the O again. O-T-O-G-R-A-P and H. See how nicely you did? Looking at a photograph, and we're just going to have a little chat about it, see if there's anything to say about it. So what do you notice about this photograph? Anything in particular? What is it of? What do you notice? T W I N twin S I S T E R and S. That was beautiful. Well done. It's twin sisters. There are different types of twins, aren't there? What type of twin would you call these twins? What type of twin would you call them? Do you know? You'd call them, because they look the same, don't they? So they would be called, what would the word be that we'd use to describe them? When twins look the same, they are called, do you know? If you don't know, you can say no. Oh, you do. Yeah, I thought you would. D, E, I-D-E. Go on, finish it off. Oh, let's look.
No.
Just a little bit rough. There we are. There we are. Just get that bit off there. Bother you. That's it. Off now. So it was I-D-E. Go on. N-O-T-I. Now let's see if you can hold it yourself and do the C-A-L. Just straight to the C. C, A, and L. Very nice. Identical. Yes. So they're called, you're called identical twins when you look very much alike. Now then, but if we look closely at this picture, are they exactly the same? I wonder if you can see any differences. Maybe if we start scanning the picture and we'll just look at it closely. It's hard because they're dressed in the same clothes, aren't they? And when twins are dressed in the same clothes, they look even more alike, don't they? Imagine if you were a teacher and you had these two twins in your class. What would you do? What features would you look at to see, so that you could decide who was who? Have a little look on your finger. Let's just scan from the top. And they've even got the same hairstyle, hasn't it? That makes it even more complicated. But if you look at their faces, Can you see any differences there? Just have a look and see. So what do you think? Is there any way that you can distinguish between the two of them? T, H, E, I, and R. There. E. Yes. Two. E. Y. E. And their eyes. A. Go on. R and E. Their eyes are D. D after the D, after the D, I would make sense. Good. D, I. Next letter. Just tell yourself next letter all the time. F. F. Do you want to use the pencil? E. R. Bruising bit, haven't you? You're there. Go on. Touch it. E. And after the E, just go for the next letter. N. And finish it off with touch the T. Touch T. T. The eyes are different. You're right, their eyes are slightly different. We'll hold it up and let Karen have a little look and see if she can spot it or see if she thinks there's anything else that's different. Their eyes are different. You see? Slightly different eyes. Can you see anything else that you think is different, Karen?
Would you say that their eyebrows look slightly different?
Oh, let me have a look. Oh.
The one look a lot more sort of prominent than the others. It does on from here.
Yes, the one on the left has more prominent eyebrows. I thought as well the smiles were slightly different. See, their smile goes, maybe it's because she is smiling more, but she seems to have sort of almost a little bit of a fatter face, chubbier cheeks, and the smile, her lips seem to turn up a bit more, whereas the other one doesn't. So the one on the right is more of a smiler. So I might call her Smiler to remember who it is. And she seems to have bigger sort of eyes, doesn't she, as well? But even the hair is identical, and it's an identical haircut. The clothes are identical. Goodness me. So imagine that you were a twin. Imagine that you were a twin. What do you think? Do you think that you would like to be dressed in exactly the same way as your brother if you were an identical twin? Would you? Or would you like to be dressed differently? What do you think? Would you like to be dressed the same or differently? D. I. Okay. F. F. E. R. E. N. T. L. And after the L. After the L. Go for the Y. Differently. B. E. C. A. After the A. Touch the A again. A. Do you like to use that? A. U. S. All the way. All right. Differently because that's just a little impulse. Differently because. So you've stood and now you're going to sit to do this. Just tell yourself, I'm just going to sit for a few minutes to get this done. Yeah, sure, you would like to be dressed differently because I W, O, P or U? U, L, D, because I would. Really nice, doing 2 words at a time. Because I would. N, O, T, because I would not. W, A, N, T. I would not want. That was good, because I would not want. That was another 2 words that you did. Really good. Because I would not want. T, O, 2, B, E to B. That was 2 words. There, give me the pencil back. That was 2 words again. Very good. 2 short words, but it was still 2 words. To be. Differently, because I would not want to be. Go on, let's get this done. K, N, after the N, O, and W. Just lift your elbow. Known. Okay. A, as. Oh, you did 2 words again. Give me the pencil. Give me the pencil. Take your hand down. Give me the pencil. Yeah. Known as differently, because I would not want to be known as. Known as what? A, T, W, oh I see, I and N, because I would not want to be known. Oh no, take that hand and put it there. Take that hand and put it there. Look, do you see what happens when the hand comes out of the mouth? Instantly calmer. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, there. Differently, because I would not want to be known as a twin. I think that must be a terrible problem for twins. All the time they're known as the twins, or you're one of the twins, instead of having, I wonder whether it sort of almost takes away the individual's identity. Did you ever know any twins, Karen?
Yeah, I did. I went to dancing with the twins. In fact, I think one of the girls works at Sire's, your hairdressers.
And what did you find with them? Did you think that they were known as the twins a lot?
We called them the twins. We didn't call them Emma and Joanne. We called them the twins.
Oh, imagine that. How would that feel? I, T, W, O, U, L, D. It would. B, E, B, S, T, R, A, N, G, E. It would be strange. It would, wouldn't it? Someone that. So remember what we did? That hand comes down first, and then that one falls out and it follows. See? So you can try to remember that yourself. So we'll have a plan. Okay, next time. If you can't manage to intercept your hand going into the mouth before it gets there, so if it's already there, just think to yourself, right, I'm going to take my left hand down and put it on my leg. And I know then that my right hand will follow and I'll be instantly calmer. That's the strategy. Left hand down, followed by which one? R. I know you're doing great. Followed by R, I, G, that's it, H and T. Left hand followed by right. Write it down there. Left hand, then right hand. Let's just draw a box around that, and then you'll remember we can look at this when we need to think what to do. Draw a box all the way around it. Left hand, right hand. Okay. So next time it goes to your mouth, we'll just look at this. Left hand, then right hand. Oh, and now the left hand didn't go in because you were holding the pencil. Maybe I need to give you something to hold all the time. That might stop it. We'll try a few different things. Okay, but that's a good strategy to try. Okay, so yeah, it would be very strange, wasn't it? It would like someone referring to you as the boy. You're not Christopher. You're just, oh, the boy, the boy or the twin. I don't think I'd like it. But these two girls, they've been dressed. Look, they've got the same hairbands on. Touch their hairbands. Touch their hairbands. See there and there. Good. They've got the same little bit of it on the top of the dress. See that white band there? They've got white bands around their cuffs on these dresses, haven't they? That's it, you touched it nicely. Turn your left hand and right hand. Good. And look, they've even got the same sort of tights on, I think. Goodness me. Do you think that they look happy? Look at this picture. Do you think that they look happy? Think that they look happy? Why? E. Yeah, they seem to look happy enough, don't they? So they don't seem to be too bothered about being dressed identically. Oh, left hand and right hand. There, so it was sorted. Yeah, so maybe some twins don't mind at all. Maybe some twins like being dressed identically. Do you think there are any advantages to being an identical twin and being dressed identically? Any advantages? Any advantages? What do you think? What could you do? Y, O, U, C, O, U, L, and D. You could P, R, E, T. After the T, go on, you're there. E, N, and D. Very nice. You could pretend okay. Pretend T, O, 2, B, 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 E, E, A, C, and H, each, O, T, H, E, and R. You could pretend to be each other. Yeah, I think that's happened in various films and comedies and things, hasn't it? Where there's two twins and one pretends to be the other one, and oh, you've got the left hand. Well done. Look, you did that yourself. That was so good, wasn't it? You took control of your body so nicely and took both your hands away. Very good. Yeah, let's just try for another, work on your tolerance for another 5 minutes here at the table. Oh, I know, about 2 months for swimming. So how long are we going to try and stay sitting for? Another how many minutes? How many minutes did we say? How many? 5. Yeah, put your body back down. Let's just try another 5 minutes at the table. 5 minutes. Want to try spelling the word 5, holding it yourself, because you've been doing so well at this, haven't you? Come on, do F, I, straight to the I. No, don't get impulsive. And then to the V. Oh, that was a W. Go to the V. Then to the E. Oh, you're getting a little bit impulsive. Touch the V. V, and straight up to the E. There, that was good. Well done. You're getting so good at this, aren't you? So good. So just the 5 more minutes. So what did we say? Oh yeah, an advantage of being an identical twin and being dressed identically was that you could pretend to be each other. You could get up to all sorts of mischief. Now then, did those twins that you knew ever do that, Karen?
They quite often pretended to be each other, like answering to the, if you did call them by the name, the other name, because they knew that nobody knew which one was which. They were so hard to tell when they were together.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear. So, do you think that there's? I mean, these are twins, so they were sort of born, you know, at the same time. They're the same age. Do you think that there's strong likenesses in sort of brothers and sisters in general? So do you think that you look like Catherine, for example? Yeah. No. I C A N T. I can't. S E E I T. No, I can't see it. What about you, Karen? Do you think there's a likeness between Christopher and Catherine?
I think on some of your photographs when they were like younger, you can see likenesses, but I think they are quite different. I would say Catherine always reminds me of your mum, so she must have some more of you in, and Chris obviously more like Stuart.
So Karen thinks Catherine's like Grandma Reeves. Oh, and she thinks that you're. I think we're moving. We can move onto the bed. Oh, we can move. No problem. We can do it here. You sit there. That's fine. As well. Okay, and you can keep hold of that, yeah? You can keep hold of that just while we finish this off. And I'm not sure whether we lasted the 5 minutes that I said we were going to do. We lasted a few minutes, so we didn't do too badly. There.
There we go. We're fine there. The bed, aren't we?
Yeah. There we are. So you can keep hold of that. Right. Oh, yes. You've just reminded me something. In the Thomas stories, can you tell me the name of the twin engines in the Thomas stories? Because you've got Thomas' book. What's the name of the twin engines? D, yes. O, N, D-O-N. Go on. A, L, and Donald. A, N, and all the way up. Donald and D, O. Very nice. Move your elbow all the way down. U, G, Try holding it just to do the LAS. Come on. L. It's all right. Just use your finger. Yeah. Hold the board. Right. Oh, you hold it with that hand then. And touch the LAS. Come on, just for practice. Come on. L A. You see, you were looking at the book then. Touch the A, and then the S. There. Okay. Donald and Douglas are twins in that story. Yeah. In the Thomas stories. Just write it down. Donald and Douglas. I can't remember whether, I think there might be a story where they get into some sort of a mix-up with one being the other one or another, but I can't remember the particular
play
story.
tricks, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right, so let's just have a little read about what it says about this photograph. It says they're identical twins, and it was taken in 1967. Let's have a look. At first glance, this photograph seems so simple. There seems to be no action or story. And yet we look and look and look at these sisters, searching for the slightest differences. It's a bit like the pictures sometimes that you have when you have to do spot the difference, isn't it? And circle the differences in the two pictures. You do find yourself doing that when you're looking at two things that are the same. There are two of everything: headbands, bobble pins, dresses, stockings, hands. Our eyes move back and forth from one twin to the other to compare their eyes, their mouths, the way they stand, looking for any detail to distinguish them. So the main focus of this photographer's work was people, and she rarely took pictures of any other subject. She placed people at the centre and very close to the foreground of the picture, which is called the picture plane. Yeah, I suppose they are very central. There's nothing else in the picture at all, is there, Chris? It's just the twins. So that's all that you're looking at. You're not distracted by any background or anything. It brings the viewer closer to the twins and makes us relate to them in a more direct way. Which, with her keen eye and distinctive style, she shows us small but important things that we otherwise might miss. I really believe, she said, that there are things which no one would see unless I photographed them. She also, this photographer, dared to take pictures of people who are different, dwarves, the mentally ill, some we think who should be pitied. She believed that everyone is important and exceptional in some way. So her photographs help teach us to look at people with more care and to respect them as individuals. So that's interesting, isn't it? That we were talking about how twins are sometimes just labelled as a twin, whereas the photographer is saying, really, she wants people to be treated as individuals. So she's using this photograph to make us look at it in detail, to see the differences. I quite like that idea. It's quite nice, isn't it? I don't know if I'd really have thought of that really so deeply if I hadn't looked at the photograph in the detail. So if we just take that word, individual, what comes to mind to you when we say the word individual? I-T-I, it is. S, and touch the S again, S. Okay. It is S, so, oh, it is so. Okay, just put this to one side just while you get this sentence out. It is so. Go on. So you can lift your elbow. Lift your elbow. P. You're doing great. Dad's downstairs working. IMP. O. R. T. A. N. T. It is so important. It is so important. Oh. Go on. What are your thoughts on individual? So important. T. H. A. T. That. P. E. O. P. L. Go on. After the L. Touch it. E. It is so important that people okay. It is so important that people use this if you like, maybe faster. The people S. E. E. C. Go on. You know what to do. M. See me. A. S. As. A. An. So I. Good. N. D. Where? I. After the I. I-N-D-I. Oh, have a look up. Touch the I again. I. Looks like you want V. If you want it, touch it. V. Move your elbow, keep it going. I. D. Move your elbow. Let me just do a couple of letters at a time then, because you're struggling. Vid. I think we know the word that you're trying to do. Touch that D again. D. Yeah. You were there. You were there. Just push the pencil a bit further. U. A and L. It is so important that people see me as, this is what it said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Individual. Any more? A. N. D. And. N. O. T. And not. Okay. Individual. And. Not. Ready? Lift. Push that out. J. U. S. Go on. T. Not just. S. You were there. Push. Lift your elbow. O. M. E. O, N, E, and not just someone. Okay, W, I, T, H, A, after the A, touch the A again. A, not just someone with a, what? U, T, after the T, go on, after the T, finding it hard, aren't you? After the T, I, come on, push, S, and after the S, M, and not just someone with autism. That's a very good point, because you could be just labelled as this, oh, Chris, he's the boy with autism. Oh yes, he's the autistic lad. Whereas you're an individual, you're Christopher, and you've got your own thoughts, your own opinions, and you're very different from every autistic person is different, aren't they? You've all got different views, different abilities, different skills. So yeah, I think that's a very good point. Thanks for that. Now, did you need to go to the toilet? Come on then.